What's up YouTube, and welcome to another episode of me coaching myself from bronze to diamond. Now in the last video we reached silver 4, so you might be wondering why I'm playing in bronze now, because as you can see this is a bronze border. Now that's because this is a flex queue game. Now normally I would only use solo queue games or duo queue, but this one was especially interesting, even though it was a flex queue game. But that's because we were up against Plat 2 Lucian, and we had a goal for Aurelia, who was complaining about us being bronze. Now, as we are in loading screen, I want each and every one of you to start incorporating this habit, and that is, instead of going for a piss in loading screen, I want you guys to look at the matchup and think about your win conditions, about your game plan. Like in this case, we are playing Kog'Maw and Zyra against Lucian and Rakan. So what that tells me is that Lucian and Rakan, they will probably be aggressive early game, and we have to be careful. We are more of a catch, but late. I'm like a late game scaler. I'm pretty strong mid game too. So if I don't end early, I will probably outscale this Lucian, and we will win mid to late game easily. So my game plan is to survive until I have like 2 or 3 items. So without further ado, let's hop into the game. Now here we're just spawning, nothing really happening. Let's get into the lane. We don't have to leash, so we get... yeah, right. The Rakan and Lucian don't have to leash either, so this will be a fair matchup for the level 2 race. Nothing really happening here. You see them playing kind of aggressive, but not really. Now right here you see that Lucian is walking up to me, and I don't have my W cooldown, and it's about to run down, as you can see here. So it's not smart for me to... Wait, how do I clear this? Yeah, okay. So it's not smart for me to go on the Lucian right now, because I don't have anything. My W is about to run out. I don't have a single ability, and the Lucian level 1 is one of the strongest level 1s in the game. He can auto attack Q and double auto attack with his passive, so that would be like the worst trade possible for me at level 1. So this is why I back off. Now since Lucian forced us to back off here, they are 100% going to get level 2 first. So I don't need to be up and close right now, because one, there are no minions for me to farm except for maybe this one, but it's too risky to take this one. So I should only last hit, and I shouldn't be really up and close, because one other reason is because my W is still on cooldown. Like right here, it's just now getting off cooldown. So for just a few seconds I should just be relaxed and just let them get level 2 first. Nothing I can really do. Now they just turned level 2 right here. Now let's back it up right up to this point. So after killing this minion, they will hit level 2, and we still need to kill these 3 minions here. So they are gonna get level 2 no matter what before we do. But actually Lucian kind of made a mistake here for not walking up and not being as aggressive as he was, because he could be right here at this point, and then last hitting the creep, then dash onto my support, dash, double auto attack Q, double auto attack, and she would be like at half HP already. Because Lucian level 2 is crazy, especially with PTA, with the crazy attack. My support would have been like half dead already. So this is definitely a mistake, but also a mistake of my support for not seeing it. And yeah, for also for the enemy bot lane, like the Rakan as well, is if the Rakan would be standing right here, he would have been able to hit knock up and his Q, and maybe even force a summoner or force my heal as well. So they could have definitely played that better if they were more aggressive. So we were kind of lucky that they didn't. This is all good. Nothing really happening here. Now, right here, I noticed that the enemy bot lane synergy isn't really that good, because if it were, then Lucian would be walking up right at this point, right at the moment when Rakan engaged, but he didn't, so that's when I noticed that they weren't really on the same page. Now, it's not something that you can assume that this will always happen, but it's still interesting to see. Okay. Yeah, so right here, I should have probably told my support in voice communication that she shouldn't really use plants on her tower, because it totally fucks up my farm. I probably had every single one of these minions, but as she spawned a plant, all these minions were lost for me, except for the last one. I got the last one, and also I should have noticed Set coming up, because right here he already pinged that he was on the way bot, but I was probably so zoned out and focused on farming under tower that I didn't really notice a ping. Now, if this happens to you, you should probably turn up the ping volume in game. Normally I do notice, but I guess it was just because I was zoned out. But if I knew he was coming, I would have already been walking up to about this point. Maybe not too far, but just a tiny bit. Just make it seem like you're going just for a small trade. You don't want to make it too obvious, because then they will just know that they're getting ganked and back off immediately. But if you just make it seem like you're going for a small trade and have them like bait them into a small fight, or maybe even an all-in. Yeah, this could have been a kill if I played this correctly. Because remember, like, let's back it up. If I were going for a trade here, and Lucian would want to fight me, and trust me, he probably would have, because it's a Lucian. Lucians are like the trade monsters. They always want to go for small fights. So if Lucian was fighting me, he would have been too busy to look at the minimap, and he wouldn't have seen the Set coming. So yeah, that's definitely a mistake on my part. We do force him to back up, but nothing really happening outside of that. That was a weird engage for Khan. And again, the Lucian wasn't there to follow up, so they do have a weird synergy. Okay, so this is a point where I noticed that Rakan and Lucian are both playing overly aggressive, so I know something's up. So I know there's a gank coming. Right now you can see the fiddle, but it's at this point that they started to turn for us, and at this point I knew something was up. So this is when I start thinking about the fight and what can happen. and I see Lucian. Lucian is kind of boom. I have more HP, more mana, more abilities. I mean, I have all my abilities and I have all my summoner spells. And besides, we do have Set jungle. Set is like kind of OP still after all these nerfs. So all I have to do is dodge the engage and just get a free win out of this fight. So watch what happens. Rakan goes for an engage. I instantly flash it because if I get the knockup, I get a full combo from the Lucian. I get silenced by silence and probably feared by the fiddle, and I probably would have died. So I flash a knockup and get. I just walk backwards for a moment to let Set engage, or like the Zyra engage, and then I go for the closest target. And there we go. Lucian used both his summoners, almost died, and we got a free win. Now, knowing that Lucian needs some back right now because he has like 1 HP, all I have to do here is hard push a wave into the tower so I can get a good recall timing. And why do I do that? Because if I back here, the wave will only hit probably at the time that Lucian is already back. But now that I'm hard pushing, Lucian is let me back it up. Lucian is gonna miss all these minions here, because right now it's gonna push into their tower and the tower is gonna take all these minions. So, and not only does Lucian lose XP from the minions, but also the gold and pressure. So yeah, I get a good recall timing, I get my recurve bow, so I'm happy. Now, I think I made a mistake here. Yeah, this is definitely a mistake on our part, because we could have at least tried to hold the wave in front of our tower and create a freeze opportunity. And also, I'm terrible at farming under tower, as you can probably see right here. So, as I'm terrible at farming under tower, I want to create as much freeze opportunities as possible. So right here, I do get a freeze opportunity and I start only last hitting, maybe like thin out the wave. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I should have probably tried to freeze earlier. So now I lost it. I lost a freeze, so that's definitely a mistake on my part. Here, nothing's happening. Looking for, oh, here's some action. Okay, I don't really know why what the Rakan was thinking, but he engaged into 4 Zyra plants without Lucian backing him up. So this is another time where I see that their synergy is really bad. So I can see kind of a pattern in here. I still don't want to all in the Lucian because he has PTA, he has his full combo, he can still win because I only have my recurve bow. But yeah, the Rakan was trolling there, he shouldn't have engaged. Right here, nothing really happening, still happily farming under tower. Just thinking about the game plan. Farm until I have 2-3 items and then pop off late. Now as you can see, I'm slightly, wait, where was it? Yeah, as you can see here, I'm slightly ahead in CS, so I'm perfectly happy with that. I mean, going even in early game means winning in the late game, so I'm certainly happy with this. Lucian should probably know now that he needs to step up his game soon before it's too late. And if we're lucky, they're gonna get impatient really soon, because what happens when people get impatient, they make mistakes. So far, nothing really happening. Kind of poking up a bit with my R and Zyra plans. So this is all fine. Yeah, right here, it seems like they were afraid that Set was going to gank them, so they started backing off. If I wanted to, I could have walked up and used my R to stop their recalls, but I mean, I was just happy farming this wave, letting it reset and back to. Because I know I wouldn't have been able to fast push this wave under the tower as well. So I'm just happy with resetting the wave, backing here. Yeah, getting close to my one item power spike. Not really a power spike, but I almost got my first item. I'm ahead in CS. I'm still happy with how the game is going. This is how you want to play this. Yeah, let me just skip to some action. Oh, there we go. Alright. Okay, let's back it up. So, this is kind of a mistake on my support's part. Now, a fight breaks out because the Zyra was too far up, and two of her plants were about to go on lunch break, as you can see right here. Like, they're about to wear off, and this is the point where Rakan wants to engage, and she's too far up. She's kind of squishy. So what I can do is stay right back and I cannot just ignore the Rakan and go for the Lucian, because that would mean like straight up losing the fight. We are not strong enough to win a straight 2v2 yet. So I make sure I'm safe, and then I start hitting the closest target. I heal my support when she's getting low, and this is when Rakan gets impatient and makes two mistakes. One, he takes several tower shots, and two, he exhausts my support for some reason. As you can see right here, like I heal for the Zyra, and suddenly the Rakan uses his exhaust on the support, and he takes 1, 2, I think maybe even 3 tower shots. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 2 tower shots. 2 tower shots. So 2 tower shots, and he exhausted my support. So that's when I knew, okay, I can win this. And he had to flash because I used my R right where he was going. So he R'd away, and my Lucian the Lucian healed. So that's just a kind of a win for us. They used a lot of resources, a lot of ultimates, and summoner spells. I don't win yet against his Lucian, but I know that I can like poke him off. And there we go, the fiddle, like, okay, he dove the Zyra, that's good on him, but this is a free kill for me. And as a scaling AD carry, I'm perfectly happy with getting a kill. I flashed here because I didn't really know if the Fiddlesticks had his fear up, and I didn't want to get fear into the Lucian combo. So that's when I flashed preemptively into the tower to safety. Now I have red buff. I know I can win against the Lucian now because I have more HP. I have red buff, and now he's low. So yeah, now I have 1 kill. I have red buff. Just hard pushing the wave so I can back again. Also, Lucian didn't get a kill, he's still 0, 0, 0, 0, so that's all good. I have more CS, I have a kill, and I still have red buff for quite a while. Just farming under tower a bit. Yeah, so this is a mistake of Rakan. And why? Let's back up for a second. Because right here, the Zyra uses her root on the Lucian, but it wasn't even going to hit, but because Rakan thought it was going to hit, he used his shield on the Lucian, and that means that if he doesn't use it for a few seconds now, it's going on cooldown. So right now it's probably on cooldown, so he doesn't have his shield to back to the Lucian right now, and the Lucian is way back, way in the back. So again, due to their bad synergy, Rakan picks a bad engage on my support, so I can just freely hit him. Now the Lucian joins the fight, and I was charmed, so I know that the Rakan doesn't have any abilities against me. So at this point, I can ignore the Rakan and just go for the Lucian. Oh wait, sorry. So yeah, and that's when we use our full combos, insta-kill the Lucian, and get the knock-up on the Rakan, and that's another easy kill for me. So at this point I'm 2-1-0, and we're winning lane. This is what we want. As I said before, going even early game is winning late game, and we're actually winning early game, so we're really gonna pop off now this game. This is again hard pushing, so the Lucian loses as many minions as possible. Notice how he didn't really take any plates so far. That's because I wanted to grade back timing, but right now we know that we're getting pretty strong. I have a lot of attack speed, so we can get like 2 tower plates. Maybe I should have only get 1, but I got greedy for the second one, so now my back timing isn't as great as before, but we're ahead anyway, so I guess we can afford it. Alright. Yeah, this is again, they pushed in. We didn't lose too many minions, so it's all fine. Right here it's dangerous because they're probably doing dragon, but we don't really have anyone to back us up. So never go for dragon, not even to check it if you're pretty sure that they're if you're pretty sure that they're doing it. If you face check and suddenly 4 people are in your face, you're just gonna be sad. You don't want that. Now at this point, we noticed that there were 4 people coming for us. You see on the minimap, you can see Fiddlesticks, you can see Lucian, you can see Rakan, and mid lane is missing. You can see the missing ping, so that means he's not there. And what I want to do every time you're about to get into a fight, I want you to look at the minimap and see who's missing. I mean, top is missing here, but we saw him like a few seconds ago, like right here. And unless he's TPing, he's not really joining a fight that fast. So right here, only mid lane is missing. Top is probably still top side. Fiddle and their bot lane are here. So you can always assume that there's 4 people coming bot lane. And as you can see, I was right, the Malzahar was there. So yeah, what I want you to do is every time a fight's about to start, I want you to look at the minimap. Every time someone's missing, you should always assume the worst. And assuming the worst means he's right behind you, right there to kill you. Okay, so right now we do know that the set is coming to help us. We have Aurelia, we have my support. So I know I can like bully the Lucian. I use my R to chunk him. I actually thought I would have been able to kill him, but unfortunately he's not dead yet. But he's forced out of the fight. He barely can do anything now. So I get into the river, start joining the fight, and this is an easy win now. Even if my team all die, everyone of my team dies, I can still clean up because they're all so low. There we go. And because we won the fight, it's also free dragon. So yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm not skipping, I'm rewinding. And our lane is getting pushed again. Great. So now we're 303. We have more than one item, so if we finish our second item, that's when we can really pop off. And now, I mean, now we can win 2v2, no matter what. But I actually just want my 2-item spike before I really start playing aggressive. Right here, nothing really happening. Rakan just getting caught and has to R to run away. We're pushing. Malzahar is suddenly bought for some reason. We see the fiddlesticks, so we don't really play too aggressively here. They popped the Rift Herald mid, so they probably need to defend now. That's when we can. Okay, yeah, so Lucian definitely made a mistake here. He's trolling. As you can see, like, right now, the Rakan engaged for me. He uses knock-up, so that's his only, like, maybe apart from his ultimate, that's his only strong engage. But he used his ultimate a few minutes ago, so I'm not sure if it's back up, but let's assume it is. He still has his R, but still. He dashed back into the Lucian, and suddenly now Lucian thinks, okay, I can go in. But, I mean, why? One, he used his only form of mobility to engage instead of holding it to dodge a Zyra root or something, so you're asking for a spanking at this point. And the second thing, you engage as an ADC. I mean, ADC in 2020, please, like, you're a joke. I mean, I'm a joke too, I'm like AD carry, but I have my support, I have my abilities up, and you just use your E to engage rather than use it to dodge something. So if you engage like that without your support having anything up to back you up, so then you're just kind of suiciding at this point. Especially since I have 3 kills already. I mean, what are you doing? This is probably what I was talking about. Like, Lucian knew that he needed to step up his game because otherwise he'll just get outskilled. Yeah, this Aurelia was kind of annoying me, by the way, with this stealing my minions like that, but it's fine. It's a silver game. Normally you would always want your all the farm to go to like your late game carries. But it's okay, he has a lot of farm. He can probably be useful. Right, recall, getting back into lane. Right now I'm going mid lane because the Aurelia was still bot side. And I saw Aurelia going mid, so I was like, okay, whatever. Just let me go bot then. 3 people are mid now. They're coming bot. I don't really know. Yeah, that was one thing my Aurelia did. What I found strange. Like, let's back it up. It's kind of a mistake on my part because right here we saw Lucian and they were all probably like, okay, let's fight this, let's kill him. But I saw a huge minion wave bot, and my mistake is not pinging it. I should have probably pinged on the way, and spam pinged it because I wanted to, you should want to make sure that your team knows that you're not going to fight, but you're just going to farm a bunch of minions. But yeah, this was a huge wave. I wanted to get all the farm. And the next one as well. I mean, next wave is coming up as well. So you want to get that wave too. But in the meantime, Aurelia and Set were going ham. While there were just 3 people mid and 1 was bot lane. So it's like a 3v4. 2v4. I don't really know why they were going into a 2v4. But it's definitely a mistake on my part to not think that I was just going to farm bot lane instead of helping them. Now we saw the Fiddlesticks, we saw him topside jungle, and we know that Aurelia and Zed just fought in bot lane, bot side jungle. So we know that we can get a free dragon out of this. No one can really stop us at this point. And after getting dragon, we know that bot lane is pushing. We don't really want to go bot lane now because everyone is up from the enemy team, and I don't want to get gangbanged by 4 people. So we're just safely pushing mid now. Right now it's already getting risky, and I know that a lot of people would have gone for that tower here. But instead I want you to create another habit, just like in loading screen. But this is another habit. Let's talk about creating habits. In order to create a habit, you need 3 steps. You need 1, a problem, and in this case it would be, let's say if I go for this tower, 4 people like gangbang me and I die. That's a problem. I died. But why? Because I wanted to take a tower. Now, the trigger for that problem is taking the tower, and that's step 2, finding the trigger for that problem. The trigger was, hey, I saw this tower, I see this tower, and the tower is not attacking me, I can hit it. So that's a trigger. And the 3rd step is, every time the trigger happens, insert a habit. So in this case, every time I think, hey, I can hit this tower, every time I think that, I should be asking myself, okay, if I want to hit this tower, who can stop me? And if the answer is anything else than no one, then just don't do it. Even if it's I don't know. If you don't know who can stop you, there's probably something. So ask yourself, every time you're about to do something, ask yourself, who can stop me? And only if the answer is no one, then you can go and hit the tower. But in this case, I saw Lucian bot, but top was gone, and where are the other 3 people? So 4 people are missing. That means that 4 people can stop me. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna hit that tower. And you saw Rakan here already. Maybe Malzar could be like, Malzar could be right here waiting for me to push and then flash army or something crazy like that. Maybe Fiddle could be here and ulting over the wall. So yeah, no thank you. So instead I'm just backing off and waiting for the next wave, farming that one. Right now I have my team kind of backing me up. So right now we can try and go for something. So yeah, we're just pushing in another wave. Right here, I'm apparently being blind because I don't see the fiddlesticks ready to flank me, and the Zyra and Aurelia are already backing off because they apparently saw him. So that's when Lucian saw this opportunity and dashed in, ulted me, and I can't really do anything to evade it. I mean, I could have flashed sooner and healed and walked all the way up here instead of being a blind fuck and walking all the way up to the fiddle. So that's a huge mistake on my part. I didn't really need to die there, but I did. My team still wins, kind of. It's a 1-for-1, and Lucian has to back off. So it's a-okay, but actually not. I made a huge mistake, and that's definitely something I need to work on again. Like, again, it's my map awareness. It's gotten better, but I'm still kind of blind. Oh, seems like I alt-tabbed. I hope it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. We can continue. Like at this point, it's kind of getting ARAM mode, apart from Yorick split pushing. So we know it's a 4v5, we need to do something. So we're trying to get this tower. There we go. For some reason, Lucian is ulting me. He's like trying to engage a fight, initiate a fight, and I back off because I'm the squishy one. I want to be safe first because before I start a fight. The Renekton is so fed and so tanky already that he just decided to go in, and that's when we knew, okay, we can join in now. So before a fight starts, you should always ask yourself, just like taking towers, you should always ask yourself, what can kill me and am I safe here? And let's look at this. Like, the Rakan just uses R. Let's back up just a few seconds. The Lucian uses R. Malzahar uses R. Rakan uses Knock-Up. And right now he's ulting. So I know that Rakan can't really do anything about me anymore. He can't stop me from doing anything. The Malzahar uses R. The Lucian is running for his life at this point. So the only thing I kind of need to worry about is the Fiddle R and Yorick box. Yorick's probably kind of strong because he was split pushing for a while right now. So what I need to do is watch for the Fiddlesticks ultimate, but he's right here. I don't think he has an opportunity to cast his ultimate right now. And the second thing is Yorick box. So apart from that, I can just do whatever I want. And at this point, I get hit by the box. I'm trapped here, but it doesn't really matter because the fight is already over at this point. I just can easily kill this guy, then help the Aurelia clean up, and there we go. That's an easy win. So the only thing I did there was right before the fight starts, I think, what can kill me? And I ask myself, am I safe here? If the answer is no, then get to a safe spot. Then ask yourself the same question, and only if you're safe and you have a plan for everything that can kill you, then you can start worrying about dealing damage. Because a lot of people think that the AD carry is all about dealing damage, but the number one priority of an AD carry is to stay alive. Because what's your damage output if you're dead? First thing you need to do is just not die, and when you're sure you're not dying, then you can start worrying about dealing damage, and 90% of the time it's gonna be the closest target. So yeah, at this point I'm 6-1-5. I have 3 items. I'm strong as fuck now. and I'm building towards a frozen mallet because I want my auto attacks to slow everyone so I can just chase them down, be tanky. Yeah, pop off. So we got another free dragon. I was thinking here that I want to push mid wave and then help top, because Renekton was pushing top, so if we hard push mid here with super minions and then help top, they have a decision to make. They have to both defend this wave, because it's a super minion wave and they're gonna crash into their Nexus towers. So they have to defend that, or they have to defend the top wave. So if we all 5-man group top after pushing mid, then they're gonna have quite the decision to make, yeah. So this is probably the last fight that's gonna break out right now. And let's think about what can kill me. The Rakan engage can kill me. The Malzahar can probably like flash army. Fiddlesticks can come out of some kind of dead corner and army and like, oh sorry, he can use R, he can use flash, he can silence me, fear me. So I need to stay safe. Right here, Rakan engages, he misses knockup on me, and I know if he uses R, like, no one's really there to follow up immediately, so I'm actually free to do what I want to do. First I wanted to push the tower, but everyone's fighting here, so I decided to join the fight. I can do whatever I want, kill the Fiddlestick, so he's not a threat. The Malzahar was fighting here, so he's not a threat. Now I know that my W is on cooldown, so I need to play kind of safe. I can still kind of fight, but I still need to wait for my W to get off cooldown. And right now I'm just popping off with the W again, and it's a free fight, and that's game. So if you're a Kog'Maw main, that's actually a main thing you need to focus on. After you hit 3 item spike, that's your W cooldown. You need to play around your W. It's so, the difference is so high, because if you don't have it, you lose a lot of range, you lose a lot of extra on hit damage, and yeah, your positioning gets way worse. So what we learned here is that my map awareness still sucks, so I need to work on that, and I think that's probably it for this game. This game was actually only my map awareness, not only for the enemies, but also for my jungler, because there was one time that I didn't notice that my jungler was ganking for me, and if I would have known, I would have prepared for it, set up some kind of bait, and we would have gotten maybe even a double kill at best, but at worst probably like still a kill on Lucian or something. So yeah, it's definitely map awareness. That's what I'm gonna be focusing on in the next games, because I think apart from that, this was a pretty good game. I mean, it's still silver, but yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot. If you do like this content, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications for future videos. That's about it. So yeah, thank you.